channel. Today I want to bring all of you guys on a little stroll with me through the Upper West Side. We are going to see some of my favorite places to walk in New York City. We are going to begin with my favorite museum, which is the American Museum of Natural History. This is my ultimate favorite museum to go to just because I love animals. I love seeing everything that's there in the planetarium. A lot of people don't know that you don't actually have to pay the entire entrance fee because they can get really expensive, especially if you have a huge family. I don't recommend for you to pay for every single person like that, but they do have a come as you wish. You know, you basically just pay whatever you want to give them. So if you have $10, $20, $8, that's also perfectly okay. As you can see right over here, they even have all of the safety guidelines going through, which means that everybody's standing 6 feet apart, and even though the pandemic is going on, all of the safety rules are being followed. So if you're in the area, I do recommend you to come. Sadly, today we're actually not going inside the museum simply because there's a long line, and I'm thinking that could be another video. But right next to the museum, we actually have Central Park. As you can see, it's just a block away from this beautiful museum. It's really nice. I think the museum is a little bit more crowded than the park is today, so that's probably saying something. It's also the weekend, so not too bad. If you guys don't know, Central Park is humongous. There are so many things to do in Central Park, so that will for sure be another thing that I'm going to film. But I have a different idea of how I want to film Central Park, guys, so I'm excited for that. Let me turn the camera around so that you guys can see what I'm seeing from my view right now. If you guys don't know, I come from a family of runners. My dad is a big runner, my mom's a runner, my sisters are runners. I don't really consider myself a runner, but I do love to run. So every time I come to the park, I always, I love admiring the people that are running. Whenever I'm watching Korean dramas, one of the biggest things that I love is when I see, this love interest and this love interest just running towards each other. It makes my heart so happy. So that's a huge thing that I love about Central Park. Everybody's so active. Even if they're just passively walking, you end up walking quite a lot. It's pretty big, and I'm going to put a map of how big Central Park is when it comes to New York City. Even if you guys are not a big fan of the Beatles or you don't really listen to their music, one of the most famous pinpoints in Central Park is actually the John Lennon Memorial. And you guys just heard a wonderful man, just riding his bicycle, blasting his music. That's actually very common in New York City, in the train, in Central Park, wherever. So right now we're actually going to step out of Central Park, and I want to take you to my next destination, my very favorite place when it comes to the Upper West Side, just because it relates to film. If you guys think you know where I'm going, then yay, and if you don't, then I'm even excited because you're obviously gonna see it on this video. So let's go. Well, this is my first time that I noticed these, and it reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons D&D. Look at this. Isn't it so pretty?
interesting at 44? What's that?
Now we are here at Lincoln Center. This is one of my favorite places just because this is where the New York Film Festival happens. If you've never been there to the New York Film Festival, it's basically once a year, and from what I recall, it's towards the end of September, towards the first week of October. And I love it because usually it always lands around my birthday, which is October 5th. And every time I've been here, I've met all kinds of really incredible, talented actors, producers, directors, and they have really awesome Q&As, that means, you know, questions and answers, and I volunteered for them for probably 5-6 years consecutively. So I really cannot wait until the next New York Film Festival, even if it's virtual. I'm just super excited to be part of it. I haven't been here in a really long time, probably since January of 2020, and since this is my first time being back, I'm actually really sad because if you take a closer look, it's completely closed off because of the pandemic, and it's really weird for me to see this, just because if you come here on a daily basis, it doesn't even have to be during the festival season. When you come here, you have people on break, you know, like business people on break, you have students on break, and they're just sitting down, eating pizza, sandwiches, talking to friends. This is a really popular place to just reconvene with people. So for example, if you're trying to meet with an old friend, it's like, oh, just let's meet up at Lincoln Center, and these stairs that you see in the back, that's usually where you just meet up. Additionally, when you enter inside, it's a really popular and famous restaurant with really, okay, no, never mind, not a restaurant, kind of like a bar, and you actually have Tully Hall. Well, this is Tully Hall, but inside you have a cinema, and it's really beautiful, and it's grand, it's huge, it's, you know, it's a part of New York. So it makes me really sad that this is closed off. You know, I can't wait for it to reopen. I decided to take off my mask just for a few seconds because my lips were getting really dry because it's really cold and windy, but don't worry, there's nobody around. Sadly, while I'm walking around Juilliard and, you know, Lincoln Center, I noticed there's a lot of construction going on, which obviously it's normal for New York City, but I just haven't seen this much construction in this specific area, so I'm pretty sad about that. But that doesn't mean I still can't show you guys, you know, around. I'll show you guys some more videos, some shoots, and some pictures of the area. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I kind of told you guys that Juilliard is right across the street, but also one of the most famous high schools is in this area, and that's the Guardia High School, and that's basically, you want to become an actor, a dancer, any kind of musician. That's a really famous school, not just in New York, but just in the United States in general.
Wait, so we've done it about it.
guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching another video of mine. I had a really good time. However, the sun is going down and I am starving, which means I am going to end this video by going to the underground terminal, which is just underneath Columbus Circle. So. As you guys saw, everything here is basically just closed except for one thing. And honestly, when I saw this, the only thing I'm thinking to myself is, it's destiny. Let me just show you guys. Come here.